Sorry about that, babe.
Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Bits Blurbs. I realize this is a series that I haven't done too much for, but I felt like this would be a good opportunity to kind of resurrect it as a segue into some new content for the channel. So anybody that knows me knows that I'm a big Pokemon fan. I was around when Generation 1 swept its way into America. I was all about the show, the video game, and the trading cards. A while ago on my channel, I actually did do trading card openings, mostly for Pokemon, both English and Japanese, and ultimately I ended up deleting them. The English openings got a little bit toxic. There was a lot of downvotes and weird comments, presumably from children, if we're being honest. I also don't like giving away the code cards that often because I actually play the online game, and I know, especially back then, this was like 2017-18, things were kind of popping off a little bit. They were still riding that wave, so to speak, from XY Evolutions. That's how I kind of came back into it, which I'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, I remember it was people would get upset if people didn't give away code cards. Anyway, I did some openings. Ultimately, I decided to hide them, and then I deleted them off the channel. And recently, I contemplated creating a new channel like Bits and Glory TCG or something, because I realized that the majority of my audience is here obviously for retro gaming content and from software stuff, or both, and not all these people enjoy that. But ultimately, in the essence of time and my schedule, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna push forward with it here on my only channel, and if you don't like that stuff, I do apologize. I'm not gonna overflood my channel with it, but I've gotten back into the game, and I guess now let's do a quick little history overview here to kind of make this very Bits Blurby. So as mentioned, I am an original Gen 1er. I grew up playing Pokemon Red profusely on my Super Game Boy. My neighbor had Pokemon Blue at the time, and just I was enthralled by it. The TV show, what little toys we had, the card game especially was my number 2. The video game was number 1 for sure for me. But the card game was a big part of my childhood. I collected it, you know, Wizards of the Coast era, base set, Jungle Fossil, Rocket, Gym Heroes Challenge, up until Generation 2. I also collected Japanese cards. My grandfather, his nephew, married a woman in Japan, and I was able to get them to send me Japanese packs. I remember at the time, I think it worked out to $1 US a pack, and if you guys remember from the original Pokemon card era, I think base set, you could still not get holos in it, but everything after that, for the most part, like Jungle Fossil, Rocket, every Japanese pack had a hologram in it, which was awesome when you were a kid. I even got some vending machine promos and stuff. He went really hard for me. Both my grandfather and his nephew are passed away now. Obviously missed them, and very, very happy that I was able to get, you know, that Japanese connect at such a young age. It was very cool to flaunt that stuff. But aside from collecting, I played the game as well. I actually went to my local comic shop. It's been kind of an inside joke with some of my friends for years. I got my Boulder badge, and I earned my Cascade badge, but the comic shop owner didn't have any Cascade badges left, so I was supposed to go back. And that was actually around the time I kind of dipped out. Between the time I earned that and was supposed to go back to get the physical badge, I kind of stopped caring about Pokemon. Almost entirely. I guess I was too cool at that point. I have no idea. I kind of dipped out, in and out of the hobby. My buddy Alphas Back 1 and I went back to said comic shop years later when we were in high school. We got some theme decks, I believe, from the Legendary Collection and one of the Neos, Neo Discovery possibly. And we played each other, and I still had some cards left over. I let my parents sell a bunch. You could probably infer vending machine promos, tons of first edition cards and Japanese stuff. We sold some gold. I don't exactly remember what I had, but I'm pretty sure I had like first edition Charizard. I'm assuming I had a bunch of Shadowless stuff too, because I went buck wild as a kid with that stuff. But that's besides the point. Over the years, was kind of touch and go, never really collected, would still play, had some leftover cards, made decks, and it wasn't until XY Evolutions came out that I kind of I went fully back into the hobby. So kind of like mid to tail end of 2016, I believe, and definitely 2017, 18, 19, and 20, I was all in. You know, when new sets would come out, I would buy like wave deals on cool stuff in Game Nerds to get like booster boxes, elite trainer boxes, blister packs, all that kind of stuff all at once. I just got done reorganizing my walk-in closet here in the Bits Cave, and I'm turning it into a trading card game closet basically. And I'm looking at some of the booster, I saved all my boxes and stuff. Oh my god, I'm cringing, man. I have like Team Up and a couple Cosmic Eclipses, like all the tag team era stuff that I ripped. I mean, like I had a great time when I was doing it. Looking back on it, my god, if I kept it sealed, things would be different as far as like home repairs and stuff here. But anyway, and ultimately I dipped out of the hobby in late, like we're talking the late 2020, probably December. I was kind of getting sick of the direction of the way things were going. Scalpers, things were not readily available, having to wait in online queues, and it's funny because I ended up getting back into it when it was arguably, it is right now, worse than it was back then. But for some reason I couldn't resist. I've been out of the game for about 5 years, and Journey Together was actually what kind of roped me back in. So like I said, I've been slowly organizing the Bits closet. I'll probably do a video of that, do like a tour, go through whatever I have left of the collection. So unfortunately, when I dipped out of the hobby, I sold a bunch of really good stuff. And I ended up selling stuff that's really good now and really wasn't back then. But I had a bunch of cards that I pulled personally and got graded through PSA. Like I had the Rainbow Charizard GX from Burning Shadows, PSA 10. Rainbow Rayquaza GX from Celestial Storm, PSA 10. One of the Cynthia Full Art Trainers, PSA 10. Yeah, so you could do the math there. And when I sold them, got good money for them, but you know, I should have held on to them. But it's a lot of the ungraded cards that weren't worth a whole lot back then that I am regretting selling. I had a crap ton of Charizards from XY Evolutions, the base set reprint as well as the Mega Charizard EXs, and I sold them for, I mean, they were probably going for like 20 bucks back then. But I sold so much tag team stuff for so cheap, guys. A couple off the top of my head, like I had like all the secret rare, like alternate art type cards for like, what was it, Lily and Solgaleo. I know for a fact, like touching back with the tag team stuff, I had the alt art tag team of Gengar and Mimikyu in Japanese. That card's like many hundreds of dollars now. I probably sold it for like 50 bucks. You know, mistakes were made, but it is what it is. The markets fluctuate all the time. I had no idea that 5 years later or whatever, you know, things would be that expensive, but I ended up keeping quite a bit of stuff, thankfully. I sold a lot of really cool stuff, don't get me wrong, but I did keep some stuff. I'm kind of rebuilding the collection. And, you know, continuing to do a split here of English and Japanese. The bad side is Japanese collecting isn't as easy anymore either. Kind of the markets have been very similar. I remember, you know, around and after COVID, it was hard to get cards there as well. And same now, and same here. I used to get stuff off Amazon Japan all the time for MSRP, quickly shipped through DHL. Not the case anymore. Things are invitation only. Typically, if you're able to get boxes, they're marked up. That's just the way of the market right now. If you're watching this video in 2025, do not pay scalpers, do not pay secondary market. Typically, in a normal Pokemon card market, the secondary market's the best place to buy. Going on eBay, going to places like the aforementioned Cool Stuff and Game Nerds and all those sites. Not the case anymore. The best place to buy is retail, which usually was never the case. But the problem that you have is it's incredibly hard to find anything in retail. You have to join like Discords and monitors and stuff and find stock as soon as it goes up and jump on it and hope for the best. In person, I've found maybe 3 packs of cards in my general area for the past 2 months. Almost everything that I got was online through said monitors and Discords. And I haven't opened anything yet. I've been kind of hoarding it, waiting for this moment, if you will, to kind of drop this stuff on the channel. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. I just kind of wanted to do like a brief little overview, you know, of kind of my experience with Pokemon TCG, and I'm going to start incorporating it into the channel. Like I said, we'll do a TCG closet overview. I'll probably actually play the Pokemon card game on Game Boy. I've never beaten it. And we'll do some pack openings and stuff like that. But yeah, if anybody, you know, is interested in this stuff, great. If you're not, I promise I won't overflood your feeds with it. And in the comments below, let me know your experience with Pokemon card game, whether it be back in the day, in the middle, now, the entire time, whatever the case may be. I'm curious to know. Yeah, so Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for listening.